with the two scope. One of these scope is to have the opportunity to improve the service delivery of our internal and external services. So sometimes with this project, we have the opportunity to improve the functionality of our services based on the feedback collected from the customer. So this is an opportunity. And the second opportunity for us is to participate in project to engage with the new customers, with the new community. So sometimes we have a consortium that is supposed to deliver some, I don't know, some activity, and to validate the work that to be done. There are some pilots, a community that has to demonstrate that everything has been developed in accordance to the expectation. And in this case, we can participate in this kind of activities. Okay, here you see a list of projects. Some of these projects, the one that you see here, are the one coordinated by EGI. Sometimes we are also responsible of some to coordinate this kind of activities. We have a consortium, and these are the list of projects started recently. During this conference, there are also some closed meetings. The project are organized some closed meeting to report the current status and discuss about the next steps. And here below you see a full list of other projects where EGI is participating as a task leader, as a work package leader, etc., etc. Moving to the last service category, so the business sector. So we are interested in this kind of collaboration. We opened this Digital Innovation Hub, but this is an incubator for partners, for SME, for startup that they want to do some testing. For example, we are offering the possibility to access our infrastructure to do some testing before to do the real investment on the products and go to the business. We also provide some technical support skills, training on how to use our solution. We also provide, we have a network of community, of course, and that we can offer the opportunity for these partners to engage with our customers and work together, for example, in developing a new solution that can be also promoted and published in our service catalog, for example. And also offer the possibility to access to funding opportunities. So this is the main objective of the Digital Innovation Hub, what we can offer. The value proposition of this Digital Innovation Hub is twofold. So the service provider, so the business sector can contribute as a customer or as a provider, and for each possibility there are different benefits. So for example, as a customer, if the provider the business company was interested in supporting as a customer, so we provide access to the capacity of EGI and access to funding opportunities and networking. As a provider, they can engage with our customers and work together in developing a new solution, improve their visibility, and participate to funding projects. You see here the list of business opportunity already started. So the business sector that we are currently supporting, there are a lot that are still in negotiation, and probably most of them will start next year. Okay, so I will finish my presentation briefly introducing the EOSC and explain how EGI is contributing to this initiative. So first of all, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the EOSC, but this is an initiative from the Commission, started I think in 2015 more or less. And the goal is to provide this multidisciplinary environment where community across different domains can search and look for solution, services, data set, and software developed by different service providers. They can put all together in order to support a specific scientific workflow. So this is the division. We started officially the implementation phase of EOSC in 2018 until 2020. There was the first part of the implementation phase. Since we started this, the concept of EOSC changed a lot. So before it was a closed environment, so where we promoted, identified the rule of participant for the service provider interested to join. Now they are moving on this system of system. So here the goal is to develop nodes. So what do they usually call nodes, which can be federated at the national, regional, and also thematic level. We are currently in the second phase of this implementation, which will finish in 2013. And the Commission is supporting this implementation phase with a procurement. There are 3 different lots that are supposed to develop different aspects of this new IOSC. And EGI is contributing in this new implementation phase of IOSC. We submitted a position paper. We are contributing in these 2 lots, lot 1 and lot 3. And we also submitted a proposal to join the European infrastructure, so to set up a dedicated nodes for IOSC. So that's the plan, and hopefully this proposal will be accepted, and we will integrate with the IOSC. Officially, the first node, the U node, will be officially launched in next month, in October. There is the official launch of the IOSC node during the IOSC symposium that will take place in Berlin. I don't know how many of you will attend the meeting, but anyway, this is what will, this is the new status of the IOSC implementation and how we are planning to contribute in this initiative. Yeah, this is my last slide. So there are some pointers to our website. So there are links to this is the link of the service portfolio. So the different services we are offering for different target of our stakeholders, list of publication, documentation, and also training and webinar. So we are running webinar, and all these webinars are available also on our YouTube channel. So you can access our recording if you are interested. All this material is available, and yeah, if you want, you can get interact. If you want to get in contact with us, this is official mailing list, support@egi.eu. And as I mentioned before, during this week, you have opportunity to learn more about what I presented here. Some of these sections have been highlighted in my talk, and we are here all the week, so we can also continue this conversation during coffee break, lunch, etc. Okay. Thank you. I think, yeah, that's all. Okay, let me check the timer. Okay, yeah, we still have a couple of 10 minutes for questions. I don't know many. There are many.
Thanks very much for the presentation. I have a question about the data hub. You show a slide with the data hub, and I wonder about the metadata models that your different communities use, and if it's an issue, interoperability of data. Could you comment on this?
Okay, for the Eureka 3D project that I mentioned before, they are offering the possibility to specify the metadata based on RDF standard, I guess. This is, I think, one of the standards promoted by Europeana. If the standard that you are using is different, of course, this requires to work together. But at least, yeah, this is in this initiative we are trying to promote metadata that is standard, and this is why this was selected. But yeah, in general, there is this interoperability issue, of course. Other question?
Are you also have GPUs in your offer?
Sorry?
Do you also have GPUs in your offer?
Yeah, we have also some GPU cards available in our infrastructure, and we have also some collaboration with community requesting this kind of GPU cards. Of course, as you can imagine, there is a cost in using this GPU, so we need to understand that based on the computing needs, how much of this capacity can be offered. But in principle, yes, the answer is yes. But there is this type of discussion that needs to take place, because sometimes, especially for the duration of is quite a lot, is more than 1 year, we need to go for a pay-per-use model sometimes. If this is just for short time, so a couple of months, okay, sometimes we are able to offer this capacity for free. But yeah, we are trying to promote the adoption, invited our provider to offer more, but of course, it's a not easy discussion. We still have time if you want before the lunch break. Don't be shy, don't worry, we are not... Okay, anyway, I hope that this track was interesting for you. So the goal was to provide this short overview about what we are doing. So, and again, if you are interested, yeah, sorry, question.
Hello, Jean-Marc Louis from Brest. I have a naive question. In fact, more and more we are doing some AI on the data, and more we need GPUs infrastructures. What is the plan for EGI to grow this part of computation, or I mean, massive computation, this GPU stuff?
So one of the projects you see here is imaging. So this is a project led by EGI. It's already started last year, and the goal is to provide a AI platform for supporting the entire workflow. So the design, the training of models that researcher can use for supporting their research activities. We have already selected some use case from the oceanographic domains, more or less. But yeah, that's the plan is to adjust. This is just a start. I don't know what's your scientific background, if you may be interested in this kind of
in fact, I'm using today the Pangeo platform to train. I mean, it's not a training because I'm not using neural networks in this particular case, but similar mathematical transform. But I have in my case oceanographic, astrophysics, or climate. I'm doing both of this. I have to do a gradient optimization, and this is based on GPUs. And the problem is today it's doable on one computer with one GPUs, but the idea is to use the power of the grid to generate. Let's take an example. If you want to generate 1,000 synthesized simulation of climate forecast, you can. The grid is very good, a good way to compute it, because you can split each generation from your EGI system on many different GPUs. And there is no communication between those. So this is a typical use case I would like to do. Is it possible to know what does the use case that are studied in this Imagine project are available? Or
yeah, there is a. If you go on the EGI website, there is a list of projects, and you can also direct access to this. I imagine, I think there are 6 or 8 different pilots we are supporting. So you can get this kind of information. And if you don't, please contact us, okay?
Okay.
Because Pangeo is one of the customers we are supporting. So we have already some contact with Anne. I don't remember the family name, sorry. So
Anne, yes, I'm working with her.
Yeah. So maybe, yeah, we can continue this collaboration in the framework of this collaboration. Because,
and to push a little bit further, sorry if I'm catching all the,
no,
the discussion. What about the quantum computing then? Because I'm starting to think about the quantum computing for generation to prepare, I mean, the algorithm and things like that. I know it looks crazy, but maybe in 5 or 10 years it will come. So what, if we are not prepared to, is there any plan, or is it so far from now that it's out of the scope?
Well, it's not so easy question. I don't know. I cannot provide any estimation at the moment. So yeah.
Because there are some, I've heard that 32 qubits computer is will be available for the next 1 or 2 years. Available, I don't know what means available in that case. And as the community has to learn to use it, unfortunately, we need to get it somewhere. And it's typically unaffordable for one person. I mean, it should be shared by many people because it's expensive or something like that.
Yeah, maybe I don't know if you are planning to attend the Fed Cloud session, because yeah, probably this is a typical question that you can raise to the community to understand what's their vision in order to address this kind of request in the future. Because yeah, the plan for us is to understand exactly what are the technical requirements that we need to face in the next future, and based on these requirements, try to fine-tune a little bit not only the capacity plan, but also the services. So if there is a gap, try to understand how we can bridge this gap and develop what is missing. So.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Fernando from UMETSAT. Thank you for the presentation. So following that point of the GPUs, you mentioned before that you offer HTC, in particular with HD Condor. And is that also possible with the GPUs? So you offer GPUs to run with HD Condor and containerization?
It's a work in progress, I would say. Yeah, because yeah, the plan in the future is try to, because in the HTC domain, you can share capacity. So more than one user can use the same capacity for the computing job. For GPU, it's a problem because when we allocate the capacity, this is for one user. Yeah, so we want to understand how this kind of sharing can be done. So there is a work in progress activity.
Okay, so far HD Condor is only with CPU. You are
yes.
not.
Yeah.
You are not using GPU there.
But the plan, yes, is try to understand, evolve this kind of service offering. So understand how the sharing of GPU can be done, of course. Yeah. Of course, this was a pilot. We started in EGI ACE, this activity, and the project came to an end last June. So now we need to find some, I would say, project possibly that can help us to get additional fundings to support this kind of initiative. But for now, it's just on a best effort. So,
it's possible because we did something with that,
okay,
running HD Condor and jobs on the GPUs.
Okay.
But I wanted to understand if
maybe we can share this kind of knowledge. I don't know. Yeah, it would be interesting for us.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, it's 12:30, so I don't want to eat your lunch break because after there is official kickstart of the conference. So I prefer to close here the section. Again, if you have any other comment or question, you can use our mailing list, or we can discuss during coffee break and all the week. So with this, I will thank you again for your participation and for the question, and I hope that you will enjoy the rest of the conference. Okay, thank you.